In February, encompassed by coal excavators at the White House, President Trump marked a bill canceling the Obama-period stream protection rule, which would have confined coal organizations from covering streams. "This is a noteworthy danger to your employments," Trump stated, "and we're disposing of this risk." He didn't specify streams. In March, this time encompassed by coal diggers at the Environmental Protection Agency, Trump marked an official request vowing to move back Obama-time environmental change arrangements, including the Clean Power Plan constraining carbon contamination from coal let-go control plants. "Come on fellas, you recognize what this says?" Trump inquired. "You're backpedaling to work." He didn't specify atmosphere or contamination. So it was nothing unexpected when a week ago, Trump's EPA administrator, Scott Pruitt, declared he was propelling the formal procedure to rescind the Clean Power Plan in a discourse to coal excavators in the coal town of Hazard, KY. He announced, as his manager has ordinarily, that the war on coal is finished. There was by and by little misrepresentation that the move had much to do with the EP part of the EPA. As the Trump Organization has fought inside and wavered freely finished issues like exchange, medicinal services, framework and even migration, there's no issue where it's been more reliable and earnest than its help for coal. Excavators held up Trump digs coal signs at his rowdy crusade mobilizes, and beyond any doubt enough, he's been a tenacious backer for this little and ambushed industry. He has supplied his organization with coal veterans, hacked away at coal directions, and done what he can to prop up battling coal organizations. He likely won't have the capacity to stay faithful to his obligation to restore an once prevailing non-renewable energy source that has been declining far and wide, and most quickly in the United States. However, he is as of now changing the arrangement seen around our dirtiest wellspring of vitality. He is additionally sending a political message to his base that he is pursuing a war on coal, remaining with intense folks who procure their living underground against tree huggers who whimper about environmental change and clean air. Up until this point, coal is proceeding with its droop regardless of Trump's help. Utilities have reported the retirements of 12 more coal let-go control plants since he took office, incorporating 2 gigantic ones in Texas included to the conclusion list Friday. That declaration denoted a breakthrough. Half of America's coal armada has been set apart for mothballs since 2010, a sum of 262 bound plants. What's more, as employments go, coal mining is presently a modest bit of the U.S. economy, utilizing around 52,000 Americans a month ago, down 70% more than 3 decades. The check is up around 4% since Trump took office. Yet generally on the grounds that a mess in China's steel industry briefly helped U.S. sends out, by differentiate, the sun-oriented and wind businesses utilized right around tenfold the number of Americans a year ago, and they're both getting a charge out of touchy development. Coal is America's driving wellspring of the carbon outflows that warm the planet, and a large group of other air and water poisons. What's more, the financial aspects of coal has cratered. All things considered, politically, the coal business is one of the purest refining processes of Trump's base, joining conservative business administrators who abhor natural controls and assessments alongside hands-on mine workers who wish America was more similar to it used to be when coal was above all else. While surveys recommend that less than 33% of Americans affirm of Trump's indelicate way to deal with the earth, more than 66% of the Republicans he's pursued favor. At the function where he eradicated the stream govern, Trump ticked off a rundown of coal states, West Virginia, Kentucky, Wyoming, Ohio, that all had been enormous Trump states in November. Unique individuals, extraordinary specialists, we're bringing it back and we're bringing it back quick, he crowed. So regardless of the possibility that Trump can't stop the decrease of coal, the industry is excited that he's doing his part to endeavor to moderate it, particularly following 8 years of an eco-accommodating, atmosphere-concerned Democrat in the White House. Weave Murray, an unmistakable coal CEO and early Trump sponsor, said in another frontline narrative that he gave Trump a 3.5-page move arranged for when he made office, and the president has effectively pushed through page 1. From a legislature whose declared goal for a long time was to decimate the business, "We've naturally profited by one that for 8 months has helped us," said Luke Popovich, VP of the National Mining Association. Trump started by procuring coal-accommodating associates like Pruitt, who had more than once collaborated with non-renewable energy source interests to sue President Obama's EPA when he was Oklahoma Lawyer General, and Commerce Secretary Wilbur Ross, the author of a coal organization that once had a destructive calamity in one of its mines. Trump's chosen one to be Pruitt's appointee is a coal lobbyist. His candidate to be Aid Work Secretary for Mine Well-Being and Well-Being ran a mining organization with a checkered security record. The outcome has been a whirlwind of coal-accommodating activities. Pruitt is focusing not just at Obama's carbon get-ready for the power business, however a large group of different standards restricting mercury, sediment, exhaust cloud, and different releases from coal operations. The president challenged the world by pulling back from the Paris Atmosphere Understanding, particularly griping that it was unreasonable to American coal. His organization has likewise lifted Obama's ban on coal rents on government arrive, finished Obama's confinements on financing coal extends abroad, and closed down an investigation of the well-being impacts of coal mining that impacts away whole mountains. His Vitality Secretary, Rick Perry, as of late proposed new appropriations for coal plants that keep reserves of coal helpful, stirring restriction from an odd coalition of sustainable power source advocates, earthy people, Koch Industries and other oil and gas interests, makers and other power purchasers. At a hearing this week, a Democratic congressman asked Perry for what reason he was pushing an arrangement that could prop up obsolete coal plants and increment expenses to ratepayers. The secretary's reaction summed up the organization's way to deal with coal. "It think you consider, yet what's the cost of opportunity? What's the cost to keep America free? I don't know, I need to surrender that over to the free market." Coal's long decay got more terrible amid the Obama years, halfway on account of his hostile to contamination controls, incompletely as a result of the Sierra Club's all-around supported and top-notch against coal battle. However, generally as a result of the brutal substances of the market, flammable gas and even renewables got less expensive. What's more, the droop is just anticipated that would quicken, since scores of as yet working coal plants are as of now planned to close down finished the following couple of years, and no one is fabricating new coal plants. Regardless of the possibility that the financial aspects seemed well and good, and regardless of the possibility that utilities didn't need to stress over carbon emanations, coal plants burp a wide range of contamination into the air and water. The American Lung Association trusts its particulates murder around 7,500 Americans consistently. All things considered, Trump is a fan, and he's curiously candid in his being a fan. He's regularly either deceptive or misled about the effect of his different arrangements, guaranteeing his duty design wouldn't help the rich, or that his well-being strategies would extend get to and ensure previous conditions. However, with regards to coal, Trump is clear about his objectives, and straightforward about whose premiums he's pushing. Murray, the coal official, was close by when he marked the request assaulting Obama's atmosphere approaches. VP Mike Pence, Pruitt, Perry and Interior Secretary Ryan Zink have all visited coal operations this year. So it was nothing unexpected that the National Mining Association held an executive meeting a week ago at the Trump International Hotel in Washington, placing cash in their presidential sponsors' pockets. What's more, as the Washington Post initially revealed, 3 cabinet secretaries addressed the gathering: Perry, Ross, and Labor Secretary Alexander Acosta, who was previously a lawyer for a Murray Energy Auxiliary in a question with this union. Zink couldn't make it, however he sent his delegate, previous petroleum derivative lobbyist David Bernhardt, in his place. The meeting was private, yet an extremist at the Climate Investigation Center sent me photographs the gathering acquired of Bernhardt addressing the gathering, including photographs of his notes. They seem to demonstrate that Interior is considering proper alterations to the Obama organization's choices to restrict mining claims on certain ecologically touchy open grounds. Bernhardt's notes depicted some of those choices as completely clueless, subjective, and honestly silly. Bernhardt had additionally scribbled down the mobile phone number of Luke Russell, the VP of Outer Issues for Hecla Mining. Hecla is looking for grants from Interior's Fish and Wildlife Service for 2 copper mines in Montana, and Russell said in a meeting that the procedure has been dragging out for quite a long time. "We're empowered by the activities of this organization to attempt to move things along and get to a yes or no significantly faster," Russell said. The Interior Department did not react to a demand for input. Be that as it may, the office's pioneers have not been bashful about their conviction that Obama treated mining organizations and other extractive enterprises unreasonably. In August, for instance, they revoked an Obama period decide that shut-in escape clause coal mining firms and other non-renewable energy source organizations were utilizing to dodge government sovereignties on open terrains. Secretary Zink contended that the lead was causing excessively perplexity and vulnerability in keeping down U.S. vitality advancement. Trump Organization authorities regularly outline their assaults on vitality-related guidelines as an antipathy for picking victors and failures, blaming their antecedents for harmy.